Hey guys, Josiah here at EasyCaters.com. I wanted to go over a indicator that I've been working on for the last several days here. So first of all, I've got the next earnings label and the earnings early warning indicator. So what you're going to see here is a couple different things on the screen. First, we've got these labels up here on the top that tell us it's 19 trading days left until earnings are reported, and it tells you what the date of the upcoming earnings is. So you can see over here that earnings is on 2/5, and so that matches up with the label without you having to click on each of these little icons to find the actual date. So you have a nice little countdown here telling you how many days you have left to trade until earnings, and you have a label letting you know what the actual earnings date is. So that's the label. You can turn on or off either of these two different labels, whichever one you need or don't need. Just keep or discard. You can also customize the text that appears here, and or you can even just remove all of the text if you just want the raw numbers themselves. And I'll show you that here. So we just got 19 days and the actual date there. Then you could also customize the colors here. The label most of the time by default is going to be white. You can change that to whatever you want. And then on the actual earnings date itself, it'll turn red or highlight red, warning you that today earnings are going to be released. And so you can customize that color as well. So that's the countdown to earnings. The earnings early warning. This is a little indicator that shows you earnings dates on the chart and gives you kind of a early warning before they arrive. So here you see we had an earnings report on this date, and but the chart would have warned you several days in advance that earnings was approaching, giving you ample time to exit any positions that you might have had open on it. So to show you some of the customizations and settings in there, you can change the number of bars before and after the earnings date that the clouds get plotted on the chart here. You can show or hide either of the clouds. If you just want to show the cloud when earnings are approaching, you can turn off the one after. I'll show you that there. So now this one will just give you a little bit of warning as earnings are approaching, but then it won't display anything after earnings. You can also turn on some marker lines if you don't like the clouds. You can turn both of those off and instead turn on lines and set the line style to whatever you want here, to mark 5 days till earnings or whatever you set it to, and then 5 days after earnings, and then marking the actual earnings date itself. You can customize all the colors for the clouds and the lines themselves, and of course you can change those numbers of days on either side. And so that indicator is very simple, but it helps keep you out of trouble when earnings are approaching. You know, it helps get you out of positions before earnings are released, reducing your risk that way. And you can see on this chart here, you do want to make sure that there's some expansion area on your chart, and you can do that by going to your chart settings, going to time axis, and making sure there's some additional bars being loaded on the expansion area, so that those upcoming earnings will be plotted on the chart for you to see. So I think that should go over everything on those two new indicators. We've got the label with the countdown and the date of earnings, and then the earnings early warning on the chart as well. If you have any questions about it, just send us an email on the site, and appreciate you watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.